Hi guys, before I begin, I just want to apologize in advance for my pauses, fidgets, cuts, and edits of this video. This is my first YouTube video, and staring at the camera lens and talking to it like it's a real person doesn't come naturally to me just yet. That being said, let's begin. As it turns out, I managed to find the noise canceling headset that I was using when I used to be a call center agent, so we're just gonna use this. So, you are a degree holder. And at one point in your life, in the past, when you were younger, you were probably dreaming of graduating college and then getting a job right after graduation. Unfortunately, life happened, and for some reason, the plans that you were making just didn't go as expected. Here you are, years later, instead of working a job that is related to your industry, to your degree, you are jobless and you're penniless. And you're wondering what is going on. And you're seriously at a point in your life now where you're just seriously considering whether or not you should work in the call center. But still, you are not sure because, after all those 4 or 5 years that you studied, you worked hard for it just to end up in the call center. So, if you're still in doubt whether or not you should work in the call center, this video is for you, so keep watching. But first, let me just tell you that this video is not for degree holders who have already found their job successfully in flying colors. Obviously, this video is not going to help you. This video is more for people who are not that lucky when it comes to their careers. To directly answer your question whether or not you should work in a call center, I want you to think of your life right now, and then imagine the life that you would have once you work in a call center, and compare the two. Ask yourself which of these two lives would be better for you in terms of your money and in terms of your career, and just choose which one is better, really, because I don't know your situation. Maybe you're actually working for a job that pays higher than a call center, and in that case, there's really no point quitting your job to work as a call center agent. But if you're not happy about your finances right now, if you're not happy about the salary that you're getting per month, then it might be wise to consider working in the call center. To help you decide if you're still not sure, let me tell you the benefits of working in the call center. Number one, and the most obvious one, would be money. Because in the Philippines, you already know that even if you're a degree holder, that doesn't mean that you would be receiving at least a decent paying income every month. Take nurses, for example. They work really hard, not to mention the tuition fees they pay, the expensive tuition fees they paid when they were in college, only to receive what? 10,000? 8,000? I don't know, but when you think about the nurse's salary, it just makes you cry. Let's stop talking about the money for now because we already know that. And let's talk the non-monetary gains that you would get once you gain the experience of working in the call center. And yes, there are non-monetary gains when you decide to work in the call center. So the number two benefit would be you are going to improve your communication skills, your English fluency. And I know that sounds probably really shallow to you, and you're probably just gonna say, oh, English is not really an indication of your intelligence. And I am not disputing that. I am not arguing with that. Your ability to speak a language well is never an indication of your intelligence. What I'm saying is that you can't really deny the fact that if you speak English, especially in the Philippines, you are at an advantage. Maybe not as great as you would think it would be, but it is still an advantage to speak English and to be able to communicate with it. So the number three benefit of working in a call center is that you are more aware. You become more aware of what's out there. What I mean by what's out there is the opportunities that you never would have known if you worked a different job. This may or may not apply to your situation, but this is my personal experience and I'm sharing it to you. Before working in the call center, I was working as a service crew in a milk tea store. I was serving milk teas and foods to customers. And if I continued working there for like 4 years instead of working in the call center, I would never have known that there are other opportunities that I could be doing that is better than in the call center. For example, I knew that people could actually make money online. I mean, obviously, I would have learned that, but when I was working as a service crew, I didn't really have access to the internet. I never cared about the internet. When I go to the internet cafe, I just go to Facebook and then log out. I never really had the desire nor the knowledge that I could make my life better. Another thing is that if you happen to work in an international account, you kind of know the culture of people around the world. It's not it's like it broadens your horizon. Broadens your horizon. It's so deep, but yeah, it broadens your horizon. You become aware of things that you would not have been aware of if you were working for a different job, if that makes sense. Okay, so the final and the most important point that I want to point out to you, if you're still in doubt at this point of working in a call center, is that just because you're working in the call center right now doesn't mean you will be working there forever. Let that sink in. You might be working for the next 2 to 3 years, but that doesn't mean that you cannot level up. So, what are the different ways to level up when you're getting bored of the call center and you just want to leave? First, if you're the type that want to climb the corporate ladder, maybe you want to become a QA or a team leader or an account manager, go for it. You could definitely be promoted while you're in the call center. But the downside of that is if the account closes, you would lose your job, or you could not lose your job, but if you transfer to another account, you're going to be back to zero again. You will be a call center agent again. You will not retain your previous position, more likely. But I don't really recommend that, honestly. I don't want to climb the call center's ladder, quite honestly. That's my personal opinion. What I want to do if I were you is that use the call center as your stepping stone. Don't treat call center as your final point, as your final destination. Maybe you want to pursue your own degree. You really love your degree. Maybe you are really passionate about it. But the problem is you have no money. You have no money to finance and get a job in that industry, or maybe it's just so competitive. So in this case, work in the call center in order to raise money and to improve your credentials, get another course, get another skill, or maybe you want to save money in order to build your own business. The best advice that you could give you is that work in the call center now, but don't make it as your final destination. There's a lot of things that you could be doing other than working in the call center. The good thing about it is that you can make it as a resource. It'll give you more freedom. Working in the call center will help you level up. And I know that there's a lot of people saying that, oh, call center is just a dead end job. And for me, I don't think it is. I don't really agree with that. Because in the call center, you might not have a lot of growth. Maybe it's true. Maybe there's not a lot of position to climb up to. But is it a dead end job? No, absolutely not. I personally know a nurse who worked in a call center with me for like 2 years. And after 2 years, she was able to raise some money to apply as a nurse abroad. And now she's a registered nurse. If you don't have a plan, that's fine too. That's normal. A lot of people go through that stage where you're just aimless and you don't know what to do. Then maybe this is a time, maybe this is the perfect time that you work in a call center. While you're working in the call center, you're saving money. And once you figure out what you want to do, then use that money to get what you want, to learn the skills you want next. And in that way, call center is going to make that possible for you. So that's it really, guys. If you have any questions about the call center, if you like the tips and you want to work in a call center, consider subscribing because I'm probably going to be uploading tips on how to pass your call center interview in the future. So stay tuned. Bye.